Hello.
Now it's okay, comrade.
Anand 50 ആയിട്ടാണ് ഇപ്പോ. Anand, it is 50 now. 51, 52.
Mr. Girish Kurana is in different name. I think he's muted. Hello.
Comrade, good evening.
Good evening. Who is speaking?
I am Narendra from Hyderabad.
Okay, good. Good evening. Is it Mr. Girish Kurana in Ramesh? Some name? I'm unable to see your full name. Yeah. Just trying to find out. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay.
Good evening, comrade.
Good evening. Good evening. Host will respond. Yeah.
Comrades, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Comrades, good evening. I am Murugan.
Murugan, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Acha, Lakshmi Narayan and somebody is known face. I'm unable to find. Who is Ramesh Sigach? Unmute and then just identify.
He is OBC leader from Hyderabad.
Ramesh Sigach, huh?
CH Ramesh is
Okay,
OBC leader from Hyderabad.
okay. I thought took it for Girish Khurana. Lakshmi Narayan.
வணக்கம் காமி
வணக்கம்.
சார் வணக்கம் சார். சார் குருமதி சார் மகேந்திரன் சார்.
மகேந்திரன் வணக்கம் மகேந்திரன். பார்த்தேன் உங்க மெசேஜ் பார்த்தேன். விஷ்ணு அகர்வால் மெசேஜ் பார்த்தேன். குட். Neatly written. Yeah. Yes, Mahendra. Yeah. Just come. I'm just coming.
லக்ஷ்மி சார் வணக்கம்.
ఇది ఓకే అది ఈ ప్లాట్ లో వాళ్ళు వెనక మొత్తం రాళ్ళు తీసుకొచ్చి బండ్లు ఇక్కడ వేసి పడేసి
సుబ్బారావు గారు అందరు వింటున్నారు.
సార్
అందరు వింటున్నారు సార్. మ్యూట్ చేసుకొని మాట్లాడండి.
Allahu pade. Allahu pade. Aiza Allahu pade. Allahu. Allahu pade. Allahu pade.
बात कर बताया यहाँ पर कौन
Allahu pade. Allahu pade.
Yeah.
ఏం పర్వాలేదు చెప్పు.
Salam. Salam. Allahu pade.
I'm just seeing which are all the leaders who have joined.
చెప్పండి ఏమైనా పనా?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೌದು ನಾವು ಹಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ಏನು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಂಟಿ, ಹಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಬ್ಬ ತಂದೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಷ್ಟ ಯಾವ ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಿಮ್ ತಾಯಿ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ ಘನತೆಗೆ ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋ ತರ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. दादा मंदिर में फोन करती
Yeah.
During comrades, we will start in another 2 minutes.
Okay, Anand.
I think the participants have come. Comrade Girish is there.
Comrade senior comrade U Banerjee has joined.
Very good. Very good. Comrade U Banerjee is there.
Yeah.
Gurumurthy ji, good evening.
Good evening, Guru. Uday Banerjee ji and Girish. Yeah.
And how is your health?
I'm quite fine. Strong.
Now you are in Chennai?
I'm in Chennai. Yeah.
Right. Nice to see you, sir.
Yeah. I'm also very happy to see you. And I think you need to adjust your video camera. Comrade Banerjee.
My camera is okay. No,
Comrade U Banerjee has to unmute and then adjust his camera. Comrade U Banerjee. Who spoke to me just now? I thought it is U Banerjee.
No, sir. I am CH Ramesh, Hyderabad.
Oh, okay. I spoke to you. Right. I'll just try to call Mr. U Banerjee from Mumbai, senior comrade. He has joined already, and he has to unmute and adjust his video camera.
Okay. How many persons joined in from Hyderabad, sir?
You have to check. That you need to check.
This is for entire South Zone.
Yeah.
100 years, sir.
Just
You'll live 100 years.
No, I have decided.
To leave.
Only madam leaves, then only I will come to the house. Guru,
Yeah,
Purana
please.
is telling he is not getting the audio.
Ek minute.
He has to unmute. He has to.
No, I am just checking.
Hello?
I am just checking. Where are you?
He was sending a message, it seems.
Okay, I'll just check. Not getting audio. Yeah, just check. Yeah. I think he needs to check his settings.
Maybe he has to unmute, it seems.
Sorry.
He has to unmute.
I have done something wrong.
It's okay.
Again,
Okay. He says it's okay.
Now he says it is okay. Yeah. Yeah, we are hearing. We are hearing.
Anand, just to check the leaders whether they are getting audio or Murugan is okay, Murugan is okay, Lakshmi Narayan okay, Ramesh CH okay.
So good evening, this is Pawan.
Pawan,
Yes,
Pawan from Guntur is okay. Then I think Mr. U Banerjee and Mr. Girish Kurana is okay. Did you get audio connectivity? Okay. கொஞ்சம்
Yes, comrade, we'll start now, because I know there are comrades who have joined here from metro cities. They have to reach home and they will join the webinar shortly. So we will start. On behalf of JFTU South Zone, I welcome all the participants who have joined this webinar. I also thank all the speakers who have agreed to be part of this.
రమేష్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి, మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి.
Ramesh, you unmute yourself.
Mute. Everybody mute.
Right, I am in mute.
Okay.
Yeah. So comrades will be joining shortly. We already 150 comrades have joined this webinar. I welcome all the participants who have joined this webinar in a very short notice. In fact, yesterday morning we decided that we should go for a webinar so that we can take this message to all the employees and officers throughout the country. And we are live relaying this program in YouTube also, Voice for Public Sector YouTube channel also. So suppose the number exists, people can go and see in the Voice for Public Sector YouTube channel also. So I'm happy that a good number of people have already joined. I welcome on behalf of JFTU South Zone. And this is a very historical meet. Historical in the sense, this is the first time a webinar of such kind is organized by the general insurance employees. We have organized webinars in regional level and zonal level also. But all India level, we have never organized a meeting and we are involving the all India leaders. So this is the first time and I thank all the all India leaders who are assembled here. There are many issues confronting the general insurance industry today. This is not the only issue. Of course, today focus is on wage revision. Today focus is on wage revision because it has already 54 months have passed since the wage revision fell due for the general insurance employees. So today's focus will be on wage, and there are issues like privatization of general insurance companies. There are issues like pension for 1995 pension for all, NPS contribution to be increased, family pension. A lot of issues are there for general insurance employees. But today's the seminar purpose, the purpose of the seminar is to focus on wage revision and why we are going on strike tomorrow. So that is the main purpose of this. We always feel that wage is our right. We are not asking any benevolence from the management. We say that wage is our right, and wage is generally paid from the productivity and not profitability. This is one important thing that we have highlighted in all the earlier meetings also. In all these 54 months of struggle, we are telling the management, telling the government that this is our right, and we have a right to ask for wage revision every 5 years. And it is to be paid from the productivity only, not that profit should come in between to increase the wage for the general insurance employees and officers. And we also feel that in all parameters, that the general insurance companies or the management or the government, when they address us, they tell that the profitability or they whatever they say. But between 2012 and 2017, because our wage was last revised in the year 2012, between 2012 and 2017, that is the next wage, when the next wage fell due on 1st of August 2017, the 5 years, we have the performance of the general insurance employees and officers are tremendously, exceedingly well when in compared to all parameters, whether it is productivity, whether it is growth, profitability, ICR, or the premium income, the percentage of premium income growth. In all parameters, we have done exceedingly well. Based on that performance only, we submitted the Charter of Demands in the year 2017 August. All the trade unions in the industry have submitted the Charter of Demands in the year 2017 August itself and asked for wage revision. Had the management given the wage revision on 2017 itself, these things would have been better by this time, because the employees would have been motivated and the employees would be contributing more to the industry also. But in 2019, when the first talks took place, at least at that time the management would have offered a wage, but that did not happen. And 2019, up to 2019 also, the performance of the general insurance companies were well. Even after 2019, we did not fail the industry. It is the government, it is the management which has with various deceptive means has put this general insurance industry in a difficult position today in the name of solvency margin, which is now talked as a sacrosanct and which is unheard of in any country in the world. That is 1.5 is the solvency margin. This is only one in other countries. Why 1.5 in India? Nobody is in a position to answer. Even the chairman asks us, CMD asks us when we go there, that SM is solvency margin 1.5 is not acceptable to them. So, but these are the things that are to be discussed with the government, with the management and the government are not prepared to discuss with us. These are the issues. And there are other issues also, as far as the COVID situation is there, and the unethical practices followed by the private insurance companies in procuring, in luring the profitable business. That is not possible for the public sector general insurance companies, and we are also not for those type of business. We are for doing business that are ethical in nature and moral in nature. But unfortunately, the general insurance industry, especially the private insurance companies, are luring the profitable business by unethical and immoral ways, which we are not prepared to do it. And all the government business, we are duty bound to do it. We are proud to do it. As a public sector, we are very proud to do all the public sector, all the government business, because I'm as a public sector employee, as a public sector institution, we are formed, or these companies were nationalized in the 1971 with the sole objective of serving the common people of this country and to reach the rural areas. That is what we are doing in the last 50 years, 51 years. So as far as the business performance is concerned, we are doing a very ethical and moral business. And because of the COVID and other situations, there may be some here and there, some pitfalls may be there, but we are confident of emerging as the biggest player in the days to come, in the years to come. So our demand for wage revision is justified in all means, and we want the government to hear us hear us and call us for a discussion. We know the character of this government. Even after 54 months, the government did not call us, the management did not call us. We saw the 12 months the farmers sat in the Delhi borders and fought for their rights. And after 12 months, in between these 12 months, 750 farmers died in this 1 year period. After every death, the farmer did not relent. The farmer did not go back in the struggle. In fact, after every death, they redoubled their vigor. They decided to fight more and decided to fight against the government and get their benefits and get their bill or get the act repealed. So this is the struggle of the farmers that gave us a lesson that without struggle, it is impossible to get even a penny from this government. Without even a penny from this government. So struggle is inevitable. So without struggle, we cannot progress against forward. So that is the lesson that we have, that is taught by the farmers. And we can see from the history that for farmers organization, nearly 400 organizations stood together and fought in the Delhi borders. Lakhs and lakhs of farmers stood in the Delhi borders and fought for their rights. So it is not a difficult for the general insurance employees, 18 organizations coming together and 50,000 employees joining together and fight against this government in a very organized manner. This is not an unorganized. Peasants are not that much organized, but we are very much organized. But that organized sector, we have to fight and we have to win the wage revision. That is very important in this context today. And we also see worldwide. Today, the government may think that they have 54 months, they have dragged the wage revision. They may feel happy that they have not given the wage revision to the general insurance employees when they have settled the wage for the bank, when they settle the bank wage for LIC and other sectors. But we know today they may smash us. Today they may feel that they have won the victory, but the final victory will be ours. I can quote from the history itself. In 1973, when the Chile elected a democratic government led by Salvador Allende was killed by a coup led by Pinochet. And that Salvador Allende nationalized the mines and nationalized the oil industry in Chile. And because of that, the coup was established and Pinochet, under the leadership of Pinochet, and Allende was killed. And when Allende, before he was killed, he spoke in the radio, Chile radio. He said, today they may smash us, today they may defeat us, but history belongs to the few people of the Chile. And tomorrow victory is ours, he said. And after 50 years, I'm happy to see in the newspaper that Allende's granddaughter, Maya Fernandez Allende, is elected to the parliament, and now she is a minister in the Chile government. So history is a tough taskmaster. It will not forget and it will not forgive the people who are not prepared for the struggle. So let us be very clear that today the only recourse for us is to struggle and move forward. And we also have a bigger responsibility after this wage revision to hand over this industry as a public sector industry, not only to the present younger generation who have joined this industry, but also to the future generation. Today, a lot of judgments are coming. We have seen a lot of judgments coming in the Supreme Courts today. They call it a sustainable development, which means intergeneration equity. The world has produced, the nature has produced for everyone's need, not for everyone's greed. And when nature has given for everyone's need, it will be sin on the part of this generation if they try to utilize all the what the nature has produced for them without leaving anything for the next generation. So that is what called is sustainable development. In the name of development, we should take care of the ecology and the environment also. That is what they say, to leave it to the next generation. So when we say sustainable development, we also say that this general insurance industry, public sector general insurance industry, should be handed over to the next generation as a public sector general insurance industry. So that will be our future struggle, next struggle after this wage revision. Today the focus is on wage. Tomorrow the focus will be on privatization, anti-privatization, and also for other things that may help the industry to prosper, and also see that the younger generation join this industry, because a lot of youngsters have joined this industry. They have left their lucrative jobs, lured by the office atmosphere here. Now they are thinking what to do. They are now in a very difficult situation now. They are thinking what will be the future of them. So we assure them that their future will be very safe, and they will also be coming forward to take the mantle so that the next generation will also be very safe in the public sector general insurance companies. So let us go ahead with let us start the seminar. Very important, Comrade Girish Khurana is with us, who is the convener of Joint Forum of Trade Unions. And last 2.5 years, 3 years, we are in the midst of various types of struggles. Demonstration, dharna, meeting the MPs, as hunger strike, sit-in dharna, all types of struggles we have exhausted almost. And the only option left to us is go on strike. And we also very much agitated that the other analogous institution, everything is settled, but in general insurance, nothing is moving on. So Comrade Girish Khurana, even after his retirement, is taking a very keen interest to see that the general insurance employees get a due share of what they produce in the general insurance industry. So I invite Comrade Girish Khurana, the convener of JFTU, to address the webinar. And I request the speakers also, because we have 15 speakers today. So I request the speakers to be aware of the time. We have given 5 minutes to all the speakers, to each and every speaker. So now Comrade Girish Khurana will take over the meeting. Comrade Girish.
Hello friends, am I audible?
Yes, comrade. Yes, comrade. You're audible.
Thank you.
Video
You're
is
audible. Yes.
Thank you, Comrade Anand. And you have beautifully summarized the whole background of this webinar and the purpose of our strike tomorrow. In fact, as you said, this wage revision has been pending for such a long time this time, almost 54 months now. And by the time it materializes, if at all, then maybe it will be next wage revision will already be due. And in the past, looking back, it has never happened like this. We used to get it in time. In the third year, it was a practice that we'll get 30 months arrears sometimes 33 months or 36 months, maximum being 39 months. And last two wage revisions I have very actively participated. I was the front runner from CONFED and OICOA. And we have seen that 6, 7, 8 rounds of discussion will happen. This time it is so unfortunate that the only one discussion happened in April 2019. And at that time, Chairman GIPSA, Mr. Girja Kumar, categorically assured that because general election have been declared, we are unable to offer you, even though before that LIC has made an offer of just 5% of it. And he said, don't worry, your wage revision will be best among your counterparts in banking and LIC. Moving further, till from that time onward, we have been hammering this issue again and again. Our wage revision was due in August 17, and the first round happened in April 19. So it was not something extraordinary. It was routine. So we were about to get maybe next 6 months, we should have received our arrears and revised pay. But nothing moved. And in between, we have seen so many uncertainties created by the government of India, by our owners. And earlier in budget speech 2018, he has already said that merger will be there. In fact, if I inform the whole house, some time will be required. That day when 2018 budget has happened, I was sitting in the Parliament House, and we were waiting to meet the Minister of Finance, Mr. Arun Jaitley. In fact, we had an access to Mr. Anant Kumar ji from Bangalore. He was Minister for Chemical, Fertilizer and Parliamentary Affairs. So he was entertaining us. And we were waiting. After the budget speech, we were shocked why only 3 companies are supposed to be merged. And MOS, Mr. Santosh Gangwar was sitting there. We asked him, sir, why 3? He was also shocked. No, he said, no, we discussed it. Will be the 4 companies. Then he said, spoke to Secretary Finance. And then he informed us that now, since New India is already listed company, announcing merger of all the 4 companies will be have legal implications. So we have decided 3 will be merged now, and later on when this is also listed, it will be easier to rope in New India also. So we were happy that something is happening which will strengthen these organizations and create a monolithic bigger company. And the best part will be intercompany competition. In the sake of competition, what is being looted out of GMCs and such brokers and connivance also somewhere, so that will go away, and we were happy about that. But somehow that did not move, and the next shock was last year's budget speech that they announced 1 company will be sold. In this merger process also some uncertainty was created, but government and our management were saying it is business as usual, so you carry on, nothing to worry, it is a merger process and it will strengthen everything. And now where do we stand? In that background, we stand at ground zero. We have been fighting after April 19 meeting, maybe after continuously we have been insisting, we have been writing. And last 2 years, we have been vigorously, even out of COVID situation, we have been doing all sort of possible IR actions, listening, reaching out to management, reaching out to ministry. They have been doing good lip service. The last being from Mr. Atul Sahay, chairman of GIPSA. And when he took up around July, he said it will happen in September. And we felt that yes, we are hearing it from the horse's mouth, so there should not be any issue. And then he said it will be December first week, then December end, and ultimately we find that it is not going to happen. Now what we understand that the companies require some funds from government, and they have moved that proposal also. That is also stated. Now in that background, when do we expect our wage revision? It can happen when with the government financial support that can come from the budgetary announcements only, and we are looking for that. We have been carrying on strikes, we have been writing letters, we have done human change very successfully across the country. So this, in fact, we have in our meeting in Delhi, we had that day, 21st December, big dharna. I thank you all the participants, all the constituents for making it a big success. But in the evening when we decided that some short-term strategy should be made. So we decided 2 months program spread over January till first week of Feb. That by that time budget will also be known, and we'll meet again in Delhi around first week of Feb, where we'll arrange a march to Parliament if required. In between this 28th January and prior to that also, these strike programs were announced. Unfortunately, again for us, in between this COVID and escalation of Omicron has affected working all around. So it was not felt prudent that we should indulge in lunch hour demonstrations or any human chain further. It will be safety hazard for our people, and there are government regulations which will be difficult to face. So why to put everybody in trouble? So we decided to defer it. Now, when we have come to know that this budgetary support is required and it may come in budget, so as an afterthought, again, I thought, and many people in fact approached me, many individuals, young officers also approached me, and they said at least 28th, this January strike has nothing to do with your COVID situation. And people are working from home also. They can very well put in a mail to the management that they are on strike that day, and it can happen. So that's why I called for an emergency meeting, and this meeting was also held. As a coordinator, convener for JFTU, it has been my privilege that despite all the sovereignty of each association, union, constituent of JFTU, with their different ideologies, different priorities, political connectivity also in some of the cases. They have been nice to me, and ultimately, after whatever debate, 2 hours debate, we could reach out to some conclusion and some consensus and common IR action. This time, somehow, unfortunately, there have been slight deviation in that practice also. But out of the 15 constituents who attended that meeting that day, 12 clearly agreed. Some agreed proactively, some said that for the sake of JFTU unity, they'll join the meeting and they'll participate. They are with the JFTU. Anyhow, still there is some not 100% consensus on that. That's even though unfortunate, but looking to the sentiments of 12 constituents, this strike call was given. And this strike call was felt more necessary that because the budget is around the corner, before that it should be highlighted. So all our constituents who are participating have sent notice to the management, notice to the government also. Have also sent a letter to the FM on those lines to raise our concern that we are waiting and we are waiting for long now. Something should be done. So that's why this strike becomes material. That's why this emergency meeting was called. That's why this revival of strike, which was already decided for 28th January based on our December meeting, was felt pertinent to happen. And we have requested all our constituents And I am thankful to all those constituents that they are participating. They are motivating their members. They have sent notice to the government. And really, this is encouraging that such a webinar is being arranged so that message and live telecast, so that message goes all around and people do join. And I wish this will be a great success with revision and other issues are there. As Comrade Anand was referring to 1973, it was a long battle that time. And I do remember in 1983 when I joined Oriental, at that point of time, we used to demonstrate even to get our DA, dearness allowances, which are now by automatically. So that is the achievements of all the associations fighting together. But now there is a lot of threat to our very existence, lot of threat to our wage revision. So we have to fight and we have to show our concern by being on strike tomorrow. So in that background, I wish this success webinar to be a great success and great contributor to make the strike call a very great success. So with that, I conclude. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Comrade Girish. In fact, it was a very pleasant whenever we discuss in the JFTU to hear you. And I am happy that all the participants here heard you, and they also would have felt happy the way you present the issues, especially on this wage. Thank you, Comrade. I now request Comrade Lakshmi Narayana, Secretary General, All India General Insurance Field Workers Association, to speak.
I'm audible?
Audible.
Yeah. Thank you, Anand.
Yes, audible.
As usual, you arranged a fantastic, whether it is meeting or this webinar or a strike, everything you are arranged in a fantastic manner. And the headline given to this meeting is, why tomorrow? Why the strike tomorrow? And as a development officer and a colleague of you, I'm here to say, why not? This strike and all the struggle we have undertook for so many days, the longest war was between England and France. Now, all our sister concerns, brothers, everyone has got their wage revision except public sector general insurance. It gives us really sad that why we cannot, why we should not. That is why this struggle has started. And I think we have tried our level best in a democratic way, and we have done. And now still we are doing that. I am always positive that something will happen. But when it will happen, that we have to see. As Anand and Girishji has touched everything, I want to share some of the experience of myself. I think this is my third or fourth wage revision. Normally it will start at Mumbai and ends in Hyderabad. After the final negotiations, it will give a lot of satisfaction for us, not only by getting arrears, wage increase, but also a lot of issues. Individually, we used to fight for all these years. We'll take up our individual association and members' issues, and we were successful. 99% will succeed. But what happened this time? That management and GIFSA government has forced us to join together. That gave us that was the only positive thing happened to us. Other than this negativity, it was so nice that we used to talk regularly. We'll plan and we'll execute everything. A lot of people, even our employees, don't know that the JFTU, when they take a decision, it affects the whole industry, all the public sector, general insurance industry, and it give whether that reached the government or not. Yes, it has reached, but still they are keeping quiet. I don't know why. Maybe some issues that we need to further probe, and we'll come together once again, and we'll ensure that we'll get the wage revision shortly. And as Girish and Anand said, there is some misunderstanding, you can say, but whenever JFTU decides, everyone should accept it without any hesitation. If at all any negative thing also there, that can be sorted out. And I hope tomorrow our strike will be 100%, and it should be fruitful for us to get the wage revision. And thank you, Anand. As usual, you have done fantastic. Thank you.
To Comrade Lakshmanarana. We now request Comrade M. Vijay Kumar, Secretary General of General Insurance Officers All India Association.
Good evening, friends. I am audible to all?
Yes, you are audible. You are audible. You can speak.
Yes. Thank you. First of all, I thank you for the web meeting arranged by AEA, Comrade Anand. Now, the present strike, tomorrow, why strike is today, tomorrow? Is it necessary? Like that, people are raising the questions. So all along, we are on agitation path. But all of a sudden, due to some COVID problems, we have temporarily deferred the agitations. Now, it is a need of the hour. That tomorrow strike is very, very crucial and important also, because on 28th, the next day will be the budget day. So we have to create a pressure to the government, either before the budget, that is very tactical movement, and we are fighting against the very adamant government. That should be taken into account. Whereas when I joined the industry in 1983, there was no such much agitations, because we had a joint movement. But one or two, a few agitations itself, the government will come down. For all these things, we had all along, there is no single party like this vigor and adamant stage. That is also one of the reasons for our delay in wage revision. But in the coming days, we have to move very, very vigorously. Otherwise, we won't get our wage revision. That standard to be presented to the employees and officers. Now I support this strike. As per the JFTU call, we hope all of the employees and officers, now they have realized now the strike should be necessary, and also we have to fight and get it our legitimate demands. Otherwise, if we are not fighting today, or if we are not going strike today, when that we are going to prolonging the strike, or we are prolonging the decision. So that should be avoided. So in that manner, JFTU in the last meeting has decided, this call was given by unanimously, that means mostly 94% or 90%. So accordingly, General Insurance Officers All India Association already supported the strike, and we are here, and we already sent our letter to management and the government also. We without joint movement, we never achieve our demand. So it is a need of the hour. I support this JFTU. I support this meeting. In future, whatever the decisions or the agitational programs to be taken very vigorously. This is my message. I seek support for the strike tomorrow, and also appeal, even one or two associations, they have not joined. I request all of them to join the strike, or at least they should go on leave. It is my appeal. Thank you, comrade.
Thank you, Comrade Vijay Kumar. The next speaker will be Comrade Suresh from United India Insurance Officers Association.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Audible. You can speak.
Good evening, comrade. Even though whatever I'm going to speak now is applicable to
Suresh, yours is not audible, Suresh.
Sir, now it is okay.
Now it is okay.
Okay. Even though whatever I'm going to speak now is applicable for all chips of thought, I'm going to touch upon some nagging thoughts, especially in the minds of the younger generation in particular. Being myself, I joined the company in 2009, and I still have 23 years of leftover service in me. So some of the younger generation are wondering why this strike and why we should participate in this one-day strike. Among others, one of the foremost demands of JFTU and UIOA, along with Confed, is opposition of privatization. So even though the company to be privatized is yet to be announced or yet to be decided, It is our primary duty to fight at the infancy stage itself. And as a corollary to this demand, as a natural extension, JFTU's other demand is to repeal the Jibna Amendment Act, which was passed in 2021. Some very few contra-thinking youngsters in our own PSGI companies are seem to be not bothered about our companies getting privatized. We have even met and spoken with some of these friends who feel they are immune to ownership change, and even some go to the extreme of welcoming this privatization move. So just we wanted to touch upon few points for your contemplation and on the possible side effects of privatization. It won't just stop with just one company to be privatized. The remaining three companies are going to be safe and immune for further acts of privatization. It will be only a matter of months before the next one goes under the hammer. And then go the next one. So it is like our house is on fire. Unless we firefight at the initial stage itself, soon the entire village would be gutted. Then the important point is our entire lifestyle will be taking a hit. Many of our younger generation might have already worked in the private sector, or at least have experienced vicariously by seeing their friends, cousins, or their brothers and sisters working in the private sector. Starting from 6 days of work in a week to stringent dress code, obligation to be on service on call 24/7, and strict leave sanctioning, and many more such rules, and our present lifestyle will definitely take a hit, including our family. And we may have to act on the whims and fantasies of our bosses too. Another important side effect may be like salaries would be fixed arbitrarily. As a consequence of the previous point, our salary structure would no longer be equal and would be fixed arbitrarily based on the personal rapport we have with our bosses, even after working sincerely and putting in our 100%. And the known obvious reason, that is job security. Majority of the our youngsters have joined this company mainly as job security, since they may feel safe that will be till retirement since we are there. And as a consequence of all these factors, our mental health would be drastically affected. And the primary and important reason is social justice. Social justice would be thrown out of the window and no longer reservations for SC/STs and socially backward classes. And even other things, even this all may be a kind of self-centered one. The important things we have to think even in national interest and patriotic perspective. PSUs are now acting like a high-speed breakers for the rampant mis-selling, mispricing, misbehavior, and profit only attitude of the private players. Even though we could not completely block, there are only private players are majorly occupied by private players, then profit will only be their motive, and they would not provide insurance to rural and other marginalized section of people. In turn, depriving crores of Indian cities, toothless tigers just watching them. We can even see that in telecom sector too. So these are the effects of privatization, why we must oppose and why we must participate. And coming to wage revision, we have and even feeling guilty to demand wage revision. Please do not develop any such guilt for demanding our wage revision. This demand of ours is 100% genuine, and note that this is already offered to other government departments, PSUs, LICs and banks. This is just an illusion that we children would start to go and they would be entering higher education. Soon we will be getting the family baton passed from our father and we would feel the financial pressure. Stop looking at the wages on just the absolute terms. Compare it with other PSU and government departments and our friends working in private sector. You will soon realize the monumental gap between our salary and what the friends and other sectors are getting. We should feel from our inner heart that our demand is just and fair. Only then we can wholeheartedly participate in this strike rather than out compulsion that my fellow mates are doing, recommending this. Our joint forum unions are coming and asking us. It should come from our own inner heart. And we plead you with folded hands. Do not attend office or take leave tomorrow when thousands of your friends are striking their work and sacrificing their one day's salary for the universal benefit of all. and that all includes you and me and all. Isn't it our moral responsibility to desist from savoring a food when our neighbors are hungry? And more fight is on the cards, as we may have to demand for merger of PSGAS for long-term benefit of all, which going to benefit our younger generation a lot. We, on behalf of UOA and JFTU, earnestly appeal you all to make tomorrow's strike call a grand success, and let us make this total shutdown in all our offices. Though this nationwide strike is appeal for 15 constituents in JFTU, as it was said, around 12 to 13 constituents are already in favor of that. We will make our owners realize the need for repealing the Gibna Amendment Act and go ahead with the much awaited wage revision. I'm sure that with our joint struggle, we can realize our just and fair demand. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Comrade Suresh. I now request Comrade Balakumar, the Additional General Secretary of All India General Insurance SC/ST Employees Welfare Association, to speak.
Good evening. I'm audible, Anand?
Yeah. Audible.
Good evening, sisters and brothers, and my dear comrades of JFTUs. I am Balakumar of Additional General Secretary of All India General Insurance SC/ST Welfare Association, and also All Insurance Employees Organization. First of all, I thank Anand for giving us a positive note that this webinar meeting itself in history. History always record only victories. So this will be a victory, and this lead us to the victory for the wage revisions as well as the other demands. So on that positive note, I'll continue my debate. Immediate settlement on revision of wage. See, Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, he formulated and enacted so many acts to protect the interest of laborers by way of Labor Act, and wages and working hours is fixing of minimum wages and working hours is one of the main factors of his Labor Act. And he also states that the state or central government should implement or extend the benefits to the employees in a periodical interval, say 4 or 5 years. So on that grounds, we request and we demand on behalf of JFTU and as well as on behalf of my associations and union that wage revision should be implemented immediately. And as for us, everyone aware that our wage demand is since 2017 August, almost 54 months. And as Anand said that there is a loss in the PSGS companies. We all aware that government has implemented various social schemes for the benefit of BPL families and farmers like PSBY or crop insurance that lead us incur claims in a bleeding stage, and wherein the solvency margins were brought in less than 1. So we request and appeal the government to allot a fund in this ensuing budgetary meeting so that our wage revision can be protected and settled at the earliest. As Suresh said that regarding privatization, Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, he brought in reservation backward class people or belongs to backward class people consist of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes as well as other backward classes. Reservation is to protect the freedom of equality, wherein Article 14 to 18 says that everyone should be treated as equal, in particularly socially. Social status is always protected, should be protected. Only the reservation will give that protection for the backward classes. Besides reservation, we also face, as Suresh said, that there will be a problem in job security, job safety, and benefits like pensions, family pensions, medical benefits, LTS and advanced benefits like that. Employee schemes will be implemented implementation of privatization. We as a unity nation, unity in the diversity, we also JFTU, unity in diversity. We appeal all our members and the members of the constituent to strengthen our hands, to show our protests in a vigorous and vehemently to the government as well as the GIPSA companies to succeed and completely resolve our demands immediately. Once again, on behalf of association, we want to put some more information that we met a parliamentary committee meeting on 6th September in the Srinagar, and the parliamentary committee consists of 23 honorable MPs of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and 7 officials of DFS, and it was led by Dr. Professor Kirit P. Solanki. Our association was represented by office bearers and headed by our chairman, Mr. Dilip Pawar, and we represented our demand and of wage revision and privatization and submitted a memorandum, and they said, assured us that they'll protect us and they'll escalate to the government in appropriate manner. After that meeting on 23rd, we met Government of India Committee on Reservation at United India Head Office, and we discussed in length and breadth about the merits and demerits of the privatization and what will be the effect of privatization and what all the problem will be there. On that note, the committee assured that reservation and the provision of brochures will be protected and nothing will happen to the SCSTs or OBCs. After that, we on each and every structural meeting, we placed our agenda or memorandum on wage revision for early settlement to the respective subsidiaries. And on behalf of All India General Insurance, SST Welfare Association, and all insurance employees organization, we thank first and foremost all the MPs of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha who have been raised their voices in supporting our demands in the parliament session. And we also thank the chief ministers of the respective states whom we met in the name of JFTUs and represented our demands. And behalf of JFTU, we thank each and everyone. And we also once again appeal to our members to strengthen our hand for tomorrow's strike, that is on 28/1/2022, one-day strike in a grand success manner. Jai Hind, Jai Bhim.
Thank you, Comrade Balakumar. I now invite Comrade Magesh Kumar, the General Secretary of All India General Insurance OBC Employees Federation. Comrade Magesh. Okay, I invite Comrade Murugan, General Secretary of All India General Insurance Backward Class Employees Welfare Association.
Anandji, can you hear me? I'm Kalpana.
Yeah, Kalpana, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, on behalf of Magesh Kumarji, I'll speak.
Okay, no issues, please.
Can I?
Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, good evening, all the comrades over here on behalf of AAJ OBC Federation. I respect all the senior comrades in the house. Sir, tomorrow, this strike is going to be the last weapon, though not a least weapon, because budget is going to be there now after the next day. So we are all waiting to, I mean, we can see the anguish nature of the employees because they're frustrated, say about for 54 months, they have not got their wage revision. So people are agitated. And we have almost, for the 5 years, we have taken all the steps, all our steps, possible steps to get the wage revision, to get it in our hands. But it never happened because even both the management and also the government. They have never heard us. And though the MPs in the parliament themselves have come forward and they supported us very much, and even they were about to get suspended also. So that time also government has not heard their voices, and also they have taken the next step to privatization and all that. So this is going to be a vigorous day for us. And on behalf of AAJ OBC Federation, I assure that each and every member of our federation will stand with JFTU as from the day one we have participated, and definitely they will end up getting our wage revision, not only wage revision, and all the other demands also, whatever we have placed before in every single meeting. And also I assure on JFTU and all the other Anandji and those have taken a lot of steps in forming this meeting so fast, and within 24 hours, so many people, around 250 people are there. Means it is not a normal thing. It is really great. And because we have to thank this digitalization, at least for this, if not for anything else. And so thank you so much for being here. And also, I really assure once again that all our members will participate in the strike, and we'll go and we'll get the wage revision done after the budget, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Comrade Kalpana. I now invite Comrade Murugan, General Secretary of General Insurance Backward Class Employees Welfare Association.
I'm audible?
Yeah, Comrade, you can speak.
Yes. Dear brothers and sisters, good evening to all. I, V. Murugan, General Secretary of General Insurance Backward Class Employees Welfare Association, submit before you all that why we should go on strike tomorrow, 28/1/2022. If I am correct, JFTU have been formed in March 2020. In the history of general insurance sector, never and ever before, 100% unity of all unions and associations come together to fight for long pending demands, namely, 1. Immediate settlement of wage revision due from 1st August 2017. 2. Our opposition to privatization of public sector general insurance companies. 3. Improvement in family pension at the rate of 30% uniformity without any capping. 4. Abolition of NPS and coverage of all employees under defined benefit pension scheme 1995. Meanwhile, increase in NPS contribution of all the employees to 14%, and 5. Updation of pension. Brothers and sisters, already 4.5 years over. Now remaining 6 months to the next wage revision. That earlier practice was, before next wage revision, our charter of demands will be submitted. But what is going on now? So it is unfortunate GIPSA has not called for any discussion except preliminary discussion in 2019 before I'm general election. Brothers and sisters, you are all aware that up to last wage revision, after settlement of wage revision in banks, wage revision in LIC and public sector general insurance companies were taken place simultaneously without any difficulty. But this time, wage revision banks and LIC have already been settled long back, leaving public sector general insurance companies separately. Government of India is following divide and rule. Our demands are legitimate and have 100% right demands. Wage revision is due from 1/8/2017. That means the wage revision we demanded was for the performance achieved for 5 years from 2012 to 2017. So under JFTU, we observed during the past 2 years many agitations which included lunch hour demonstrations, walkout strikes, hunger strikes, dharnas, human chains, dharna at Jantar Mantar, and writing letters, so many numerous letters to managements and governments. Now we have no other option than going on strike to show our opposition and anger. On Monday, 28th of this month, parliamentary budget session of parliament starts. This is the time to show our 100% unity, strength to the managements, DFS and Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Brothers and sisters, whatever salary and benefits we are now enjoying now were achieved by our struggles and sacrifices only. Nobody will give us any benefit voluntarily. We should understand this, especially youngsters should understand. We are do or die situation now. We should ensure that tomorrow all offices of all companies, regional officers, head offices, regional offices, divisional offices, branch offices, micro offices, and all of all companies are completely closed. We should ensure that. We should show our 100% unity, strength to the managements, DFS and Government of India. So ultimately, definitely, victory is ours. So this is the, history tells us. So on behalf of General Insurance Backward Class Employees Welfare Association, we wish tomorrow, 28/1/2022, a grand success, 100% bump in general insurance industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Murugan. The next speaker will be Comrade S. Magendran, All India President, OECOA.
Good evening to all. Anand.
Yeah, you are audible.
First of all, I would like to thank the management and ministry for keeping us connected in the name of this wage revision and other pending issues. They have kept us connected for more than 2 years now. And second thing, I thank Anand for arranging this webinar as a preparatory meeting for tomorrow's historical strike. So with this, I'll just go into this meeting. See friends, my due respect to all the leaders of various associations in this group and the members and other friends, colleagues who are part of this meeting. So first of all, the title given to this today's webinar is that why tomorrow strike? See, first of all, we should understand what for we are going on strike. See, the ultimate and legitimate demand of us is that basic thing is wage revision first, and the second thing is opposing privatization, then withdrawal of JIBNA Act, then improvement in family pension, then 1995 pension scheme for all. These are the basic things we are fighting for a long time. And then comes the issue, after fighting for such a long time, why we are not achieving it? Even after 54 months, we are not able to get this justified demands. Not even listened by us. We are not even listened by the owners of this company and the ministry. The two things are there. One is the current government is the main reason for this, because we were listening right from the Joint Forum convener, All India convener, Mr. Girish Gurana, how it happened in previous wage revisions, how many months or years it took to achieve the wage revision, and how it has been achieved without even during the last wage revision, we achieved the wage revision without even a single day strike or loss of income. Like, so that was the history. But this time, if at all, it is even after the 5 years, nearing 5 years, we could not achieve this wage revision. Main reason is this government and the strength of this government. So that is the main thing. And the second thing, what I feel is that personally, the lethargicness in our members. See, the thing is, with due respect to all our colleagues, I tell this because every time wage revision takes place, once bank is over, LIC is over, means automatically it comes for general insurance company. So that is the thought process going on in our employees, and still it is going on. So with this thought process, our people, even when we called 2 years back, also people were not so much keen in taking part in the strike, and that fighting spirit with this strong government was not that much, because fighting is one side, and when we are fighting with the very strongest person, then our effort should be double or triple the time, which was missing. That is my feeling. And even now, if we are not coming back strong, we will be pushed aside. So no battle is won without the strong efforts, planning, and see, as leaders of any association or unions, we can just frame the strategy and guide the members and be with them, lead from the front. That is what is happening, and that is what happened today also. That is why this meeting has been arranged today also. So that can be done. But without the 100% support of every single member or single employee of this industry, this whatever goal in front of us cannot be achieved. That is my strong feeling. So unless every member take part in this agitation program, we could not succeed. See, we have gone through various phases of agitations, starting from lunch hour demo, half a day dharna, then full day dharna, then strike also, so many, then human chain. And apart from this, for the other people, many people would not have attended any gate meetings also. Those people may be listening to this, or may even in later stage, they may listen this through YouTube and other things. Already 333 people are part of this meeting as of now. So another 1,000, 2,000 people may be watching this. For those who could not take part right now, my information is that our, as JFTU, as individual unions, as individual associations, as individual leaders, every single effort is being made to achieve our legitimate demands. See, every union, every association, individually and as a joint forum, we have taken almost all the steps. Apart from that regular phase of agitations, we have met the finance minister directly twice, then through MPs, through all the political people, and whatever sources available, we have done everything to meet this government. But this government is so adamant, and you could see from the farmers agitation, they were so adamant, but they succeeded with their continuous effort and with their sacrifice. Sacrifice in sense, they have not sacrificed their income alone. They have sacrificed their lives to get the achievement. So, but here in general insurance industry, as the association or part of association, as a member of every association and unions, we are not calling to give your lives to achieve our demand. We are just seeking your wholehearted support to achieve our legitimate demands. See, friends, without pain, there is no gain. Okay. So only the crying baby gets the feed. Like that, unless we fight, we cannot win. So, but then when we talk about why tomorrow strike means, though people feel that every strike has been already done, but still again one more strike, what it is going to give. We have to do it. We have to be. We should never lose the spirit of fighting, because see, we have all the justification to get the wage revision done. As already spoken by many of the earlier speakers, we are asking for the period which have already lapsed, that is 2012 to 2017, where during that period where we have grown in premium, then our claim settlement was good, then employee number was still going down, then also we were still growing, our reach has gone up. See, our in every parameters we were doing good. But the ministry, what they were telling when initially, when this reason for privatization, they were telling that we have not reached the maximum. See, that is totally untrue. We cannot accept that. We have reached, because in every nook and corner we have offices in the name of micro office or BCs. Okay, so we have reached, and the number of policies every year, it is going on year after year, and the premium growth is year after year. And even during the COVID situation, still companies has grown. And even for the last quarter also, there is growth in every company. And of course, the solvency margin, what they are telling, that we don't basically accept with the methodology what they work on. The method in which the solvency margin is worked out is not acceptable by us. Otherwise, we will there also we will be very much comfortably within the solvency margin. And then another reason they were telling was that service.
Magendran, unmute. Comrade Magendran, unmute.
See the service parameter again, we cannot accept that what ministry is telling, because when we take upon the grievances ratio, our public sector grievances is very negligible when compared to private sector. And one more thing, friends, during this COVID also, we as employees of this public sector general insurance, we have been continuously in the front in the service parameter. We are going to office till today, even in the first phase, second phase, and third phase also, we are at least we are working 50%, and we are continuously giving as an important industry next to hospital industry. Insurance support is required for this COVID. We are working 24/7, helping the poorest and the every single citizen of this nation. So whereas I will very without any hesitation, I can tell, even till today, many TPS, many brokers, many other intermediaries who are connected with the insurance, public sector, insurance sector, they are still working from home. We as public sector insurance leading from the front in the service parameter, we have lost many of the lives in the name of COVID, directly who are in the marketing side, and also family members of the marketing side, admin side, everywhere we have lost because of this COVID. But still we never stopped, we never agitated to go to office. We are agitating only to get the reasonable and justified wage revision and other benefits what we are due. So that is the reason why we should go for a strike tomorrow. And one more thing is that when LIC banks are already enjoying the revision, we that parity should be there. That is also there. And as Girish was telling, for DA also, we had to fight, and now DA is coming automatically, which is not even till today. State government people have been paid DA arrears after 6 months, 8 months, 1 year also they are being holded the DA. So that also our younger generation people and employees who joined later should realize. And wage revision is not only for what work we have done, and it has to be revised to meet out the inflation. Okay, so these are the main reason why we should strike tomorrow. And one more thing before I conclude, I want to tell to my younger people, may it be employees, class 3 employees or officers, please keep in mind that whatever benefits or demands which have been achieved through associations all the years, it is there is no difference between younger employee or older employee, younger officers or older employees. An employee is employee, whether he is younger or older, or officer is an officer, whether he is younger or older. And we don't differentiate as union leaders. Whatever benefits we are fighting for, it is in the majority interest, and for the future interest of the younger generation. So this is what is the need of the hour. So let us keep in Christianity there's a saying, கேளுங்கள் கொடுக்கப்படும், தட்டுங்கள் திறக்கப்படும். Only when you ask you will get the, only when you demand you will get it. So when you ask and you don't get, you have to tap on the doors to get it done. So when tapping the doors means, here we cannot literally go to the ministry to tap it. So we have to tap to the ministry again directly. We could not do that. So there is a wall in between that door, that is called gypsa. So where we are going through gypsa through our CMDs. So all these efforts have already made, but it is very unfortunate that our CMDs are not bold enough to go and place the our demands before the gypsa, and in turn gypsa is not ready to place our demands before the ministry. So this is the big block we are having, and we have to break this wall before us, and we have to get things done. So I think definitely we can do that. We have to stay united we can definitely break the wall before the ministry and the employees, and we can achieve whatever we want. So with this, I once again thank Mr. Anand for taking all the initiatives to arrange this webinar, to get ourselves prepared for tomorrow's successful meeting. And there is a saying that a thing started well is halfway through. So I think tomorrow's strike is already success with this webinar, and I wish tomorrow's strike a great success. And I once again thank JFTU and Anand for arranging this. Let us stay connected, and those unions who have little bit hesitant, I make an appeal from OICOA and Comfort. Let all be united. Let us not show any weakness before the management, which will entirely shutter our all the years, 2 years struggle. So let us not give way for that. My appeal once again to all the associations, let us be united till we get the wage revision done, until we get the stop of privatization, and still we get the improvement in family pension, and still we get the 1995 pension scheme for all. And we should keep united to fight anything which is coming up before us. With this, I once again thank the organizer, Mr. Anand, for giving me this opportunity. And I wish tomorrow's strike once again a great success on behalf of OICOA and Comfort. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, Comrade Magendran. We are running short of time, so comrades have to cooperate with the chair also. I now request Comrade Uday Banerjee, a senior leader and General Secretary of General Insurance Pensioners All India Federation, to greet us. Comrade Uday Banerjee.
Hello.
Yes, comrade, you are audible.
Good evening, comrades. First of all, on behalf of that our General Insurance Pensioners All India Federation, we are a part of this joint forum. Thanks to earlier Mr. Khurana for including us as a partner of the joint forum. And today I must thank Anand Kumar for Anand mainly for inviting us in today's webinar meeting. I am definitely a senior person. I have seen the denationalization period, private companies when it was in existence earlier to 71. I have seen the nationalization period. I have seen once again the entering of the private insurance company. So what I say that the calling of the strike and all is absolutely the decision of the joint forum. Here the majority of the unions, when they agreed, it is the bounden duty of others to come. But here that only I am little bit disturbed, or I find that in the western region, particularly of the country, the New India's head office is there. Even that this another big union in class 3-4, besides New India's BKS, that Sena Union and the GII, two main unions, and also I believe one more union in class 3-4, they are not participating. Now the thing is that I personally still involved in the class 3-4 unions and all. I have seen the reaction of the whenever there is a strike call, the New India head office, we are now here talking that all head offices should be closed. But in New India, no head office, it is a full working. Even the class 1, they come, officers. Class 3-4, they are coming in the head office. In their regional offices, they have got 5 regional offices in Mumbai. It works. Now another major union, unfortunately, they felt that it is not the right time to join in this particular strike. It is very unfortunate, and my request to Khurana Sahab, in future, please see that the joint forum, who are the partners, they must stay together. Whatever the decision comes, that sort of a little persuasion or convincing has to be made. Otherwise, if we are not united, then the strike call is given, we will say that yes, it is 100% success, but the statistics when it goes, it comes to hardly 60-70% of the total number of employees who are in the service now. The second point that everybody, it is already late. I know that wage negotiation and all earlier, every time that wage used to take place before the period is over. But the thing is that now the changes are taking place politically, economically. Our country's entire scenario is changing. What it was in 1974, I saw that the way that time a MD he of the GIC, he was a government of India's IS officer. So at that time, he gave a very good offer, a scheme which was definitely beneficial to all. Thereafter, I think whether everybody knows or not, somebody referred about 1984 that there was some DA, that was Puthalingam Committee's proposal to give a 1.30 or something rate. But then another big problem came in 1983 when Kusumlata Mittal, as a joint secretary of the Minister of Finance, he introduced without any discussion the Gazette publication, which was challenged by the all unions, and ultimately that it was Supreme Court which imposed that yet the implementation of this notification by the joint secretary of the Minister of Finance, and a fresh again the dialogue took place, and that every employee had to wait more than 3 years. I think that 84 to 87, that there was no sort of a wage negotiation. That was a sort of a black period of the general insurance industry. But thereafter that it went very smoothly. And ultimately, the moment the private companies came, you all know that everybody, there is no need to repeat. The private companies, IRDAI is giving the full support to them. We have to think on that. How the IRDAI is giving support to the private companies, they are unscrupulously taking the business from all the core sectors, and we, the four public sector insurance companies, are losing all the big projects, the cream business. I have seen that analysis. I have sometimes done the portfolios which four companies at present are holding, excepting barring New India. The three companies we talk about the growth, they are only doing the medical insurance maximum. And that is the reason that one of the main factor, the claim ratio is going up. Everybody is grabbing that medical insurance, which is prone to the claim, and the claim ratio goes up. And because they are not in a position to compete with the private companies, as private companies is always attracting some sort of a commission or some sort of by way of different taking them in the foreign trip, or some unscrupulous way they are getting the business. You can see the growth of the HDFC, ICICI Lombard, they are all flourishing. Bajaj is also making profit in underwriting. So if they can do, why not public sector companies? One earlier speaker has mentioned that CMDs are also not at all taking care of the companies. They come at the just 2 years or 3 years maximum, and the moment they're 5 or 6 months left for the retirement, they give a break to their year. They only wait that they should retire peacefully without having any sort of an inquiry against them, so that they get a pension, they get a better offer after the retirement, a better job, whether a member of IRDI or in some other institution. So that is the reason that companies have started suffering. PSJ's company health is getting weaker and weaker because of this reason. So wage negotiation should be there, but I am afraid that in this budget, if this finance minister is not considering any infusion in the capital, then we have to, from now onwards, we have to think over a strategy, how best we can fight to see that wage settlement is made at the earliest. Because there is we do not know what is that, whether there is any further capital infusion, or whether they are going to strengthen the three companies. And if that is not coming, then the position of the companies are getting weaker and weaker. So one day they will say that there is no money, government is not giving. They will decide to give it to the private companies, and the future, once it gives, you all know, most of the speakers said that once it goes to the private hands, what will be whatever the benefits we have achieved till date, slowly we'll lose everything. And one thing we must remember, that in LIC, the way they have settled their wage negotiation is not at all a correct way. When bank has negotiated, got their bargaining after having more than 2.5 years discussion, a number of series of discussion. In LIC only that they just publish it, giving them some good attractive sort of offer. But in future, please take a note. This will be affecting that in other sectors also. That no dialogue, nothing. They will publish the scheme, say that this is the government's offer. You have to accept. They will publish the gazette. This is also we have to oppose this very seriously. We have to see that repealing of the journalists published that Nationalism Act, Jibna Act, that has to be repealed because that is the most dangerous thing. Bank could somehow stop that particular their bill to come on the parliament, but we could not do it anything. Our canvassing perhaps some are lacking. So joint forum should concentrate on that. My suggestion is that the members, those who are in service people, those who are members of different union, they must now educate the employees to see that the importance of joining in the strike. Why this strike? This is not told. We are discussing among ourselves. What about the general, these employees? Those they are all thinking that aa jayega, one day it will come. Why should we lose that 3,000 or 4,000 in a day? It is better that I am comfortably at my home doing work from my home, and this will come instead of not joining the strike. I will get it automatically. So we have to make more vigorous campaign, educate the employees, educate the other people, those who are in the bank support we need. We need the support of the LIC. We need everybody's support to garner our strength. So that has to be taken care. Only simply we talk among ourselves, 50,000, this parliament, this BJP government will not care about our problems. Our family pension, I know that we have been fighting for last 5 years. Only we get the information, note is prepared. It is going to be signed very soon, but I do not know when it will be signed. Now I understand that secretary of the DFS is going to retire on 31st. So again, they may say that now nobody is there to hear the proposal, so it will be kept pending like that. We have to see. Our strategy has to be very, our foresightness, our the vision. It should be very clear for the next 2-3 years how the industry is going to be changed, whether it is political or economically. We have to that discussed very seriously. Otherwise, simply we are fighting wage revision. Okay, we may get after 2 months, 3 months, but survival of this industry is very important. As the young these officers they are telling, they have got 23 years still to go. Now these 23 years, if they want to go, I don't think that private sector will keep the 50,000 employees to run their company. They will curtail it to that 5,000, 6,000. So very few will get the opportunity of job, and others will not get all these benefits, OBC or the SCST, whatever they are getting, whatever in general everybody is getting, everything will be slowly withdrawn. Comrades, we must remember that it is a hard fought here for the last more than 50 years. Every union has contributed for that. Whatever we are getting, we should remember that everyone has contributed for that. That what standard we have reached. So my humble appeal to the particular to Mr. Khurana, please see that the unions which are not participating in this strike, they should be convinced. They should be also a part of this joint forum. Let us make it 100% that everybody is participating. That sort of a spirit we have to develop. We cannot ignore the 2 or 3 if they are not joining. The persuasion has to be there. We have to see that 100% that all this joint forum, the participants or constituents are in the particular one decision. One unanimous decision will definitely give an edge over the government's argument or the management's argument. So my humble appeal to this here, as a pensioner, we will give the moral support to joint forum as and when they decide. Our solidarity is there, but we want our problem simultaneously has to be solved. We want that every struggle has to be continued. Without struggle, we cannot achieve anything. And
Thank
we
you.
must once again discuss that how economically and politically government is trying to take a changing stand. So that has to be
Comrade
discussed.
Banerjee.
We cannot just take it granted that अरे वो
Comrade
तो हमको दे
Banerjee.
देगा. This type of things दे देगा or meeting.
Comrade Banerjee, we have to finish the meeting at 8:30. Kindly finish it, comrade. Comrade, there is some audio problem, I think. I now invite Comrade Ramesh Aldar, the General Secretary of Bima Sangam. Comrade Ramesh Aldar. Comrade, I request. Yeah, I think Ramesh is not here. I now request Comrade Anu Jacob, the All India President of New India Officers Association.
Anand, I am audible?
Yes, Comrade, you are
Okay.
audible. Please.
Good evening to you all.
Please maintain the time, Comrade. 5 minutes.
Yeah. I know that the time is too. It is running out. I will not be touching anything whatever discussed earlier, my speakers. But only one thing I would like to say, that why the tomorrow strike is needed. That is a one basic our topic for this webinar. Especially we should understand that many of our colleagues are still not know what is the reason why we are having a strike tomorrow. They are afraid to go for a strike. Maybe some of the people are afraid to lose their one day salary. Friends, we should understand that if you are not going to a strike and intensify our agitation program now, it may be a losing of not only this wage revision, maybe our future revisions also we will have a problem. This is one thing. One reason the government is saying that the financial position of 3 companies may be a bad thing. One thing we have to understand that is the employees are responsible for the pure financial positions of the companies right now. As per the records, our per employee output is good, and we were working in a hard time also. And whatever we can do, we are doing. But the decision makers and the policy makers are making the companies in a difficult situation, and they are saying that this is the reason why our wage revision is kept pending. That is not at all acceptable. So in that case, we should continue our strike. Everybody should join tomorrow. And if I request the joint forum to intensify our strike further, and request all of the speakers and participants in this webinar to encourage whoever going out of this strike tomorrow to come into our fold and make it a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Anu Jacob. The next speaker will be Comrade G. Jayamurthy, the General Secretary of All India SC/ST Employees Parishad. Comrade Jayamurthy. Please unmute.
Hello.
Yes, Comrade. It's audible. Yeah. It's audible. No. We are not able to hear you. The mic is muted. Please unmute. We are not able to hear you. It's not audible, Comrade.
Hello.
Now it is audible. Yeah.
Sir, dear brothers and sisters, we pay our heartfelt and sincere thanks to organizing such a wonderful program
attract all the people, all the leaders particularly. We pay our sincere thanks to Mr. Anand for organizing such a great webinar in the history of insurance industry before going on agitation program. So we pay thanks to one and all. So really, Mr. Anand, in his welcome address, he has explained all the things why we are going for strike, 1 day strike. And Girish Purana sir also explained the things. So what is what? So now only thing why we are going on agitation tomorrow. One day strike, why we are going. We have organized all the agitational programs, all JFTU. Combinedly, we have met all the people, we have met all MPs are raising their voice in parliament, everything we have done. But only thing, it is unfortunate. So whatever we are raising our voice, management is so relaxed and the government is not bothered about us. This is the only thing. Government is not bothered about our feelings and management is not worried about our worriness. So they are also all the time they are telling what to do, ministry. But being sitting in the high elm of the chairmen and other people only taken all our labors, all the people, they have taken our labors for several years. Our employees are working like anything and they have taken all the benefits. So many people from general manager, they have become chairman. The chairman has become so many successful people. So all they have taken all the benefits because of our employees' hard work and labor. So now the question is, our as Baba Sahib Ambedkar has said, you agitate, you organize. Now we have agitated several things. Now Mr. Anand has organizing for tomorrow's agitation program. Only unity. Unity is needed. We will have to break the doors of the GIPSA management, and the GIPSA management has to break the doors of our DFA. So only through this only agitation program only we will have to succeed the things. And at the same time, in the first parliamentary meeting, our Baba Sahib Ambedkar has spoken that we are for parity, not for charity. It is important. We are not begging anything from the management. We want our share, legitimate share. We want. We have worked hard, and we have seen that the management has come up like anything in the industry has come up, but our share has denied. So for that purpose only, we are struggling. Our experience is that. So as long as we are struggling, as long as we are fighting, as long as we are making mini company to understand, then only we will get our share. So that way we will have to fight, we will have to struggle. Particularly tomorrow, the JFTU has given we all should join together and show our unity before management. Definitely we will succeed. Our agitation program, definitely it will be succeeded. We all India General Insurance SC/ST employees Parishad, 100% we are cooperating. Already we are participating in all the programs and extending our fullest support. In that way, tomorrow also, whatever we will talk to all the leaders, we will talk to all the individuals, and we will see that this program will be succeeded tomorrow. Our cooperation and our unity is always with the joint forum. Whatever you are taking action, we will follow the things. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Comrade Jayamurthy. The next speaker will be Comrade Manas Kanti Sarkar, the General Secretary of NICOA.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yeah, Comrade, you are audible. You can go.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to thank Anand for this very good thing. Actually, before mobilizing tomorrow's strike. See, actually, I have joined late, so I don't know what other speaker has said, but I want to highlight few points. One thing to be sure that we cannot get anything without the struggle. Nobody is here to do the charity, as somebody was saying. So we have to earn our every pie of salary. Whatever we are getting, we will be getting our legitimate share. We will be getting by the strike only or any struggle. See, it may not be very easy. I just wanted to highlight one thing. Just remember how things are happening last 4-5 years in India. So nothing will be given without the cost. And this cost may be 1 day strike, maybe 2 day strike, but it has to be. We have to show the strength to our management, to our to ministry, and to the country also. See, public sector insurance company is here to stay. See, if you check the last 50 years history, so many times we came across this type of struggle and existence problem, but we have overcome. We have overcome with this type of working only. This young generation should not be worried about their future, but for that you have to be united. See, 1 or 2 association may be worked out for their personal cause or anything we don't want to point out, but our only request to everyone, please come together. Together we can win, but if it is a divided mandate, see, management is also waiting. Today, somebody was asking me, why you are striking tomorrow? What is the reason? Reason, 54 months is over. And if we don't get in another 2-3 months, this may be over for another 5 years. So for getting that thing, we need to fight. We need to fight unitedly, and result will come definitely. We are ready to fight, and we will get it done. Thank you very much again, everybody. We stay united. We will get. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Manas. Before I invite Comrade Pawan Kumar, I request Comrade Askar Hussain to read out some greetings message that we have received from 2 MPs and General Secretary of All India Insurance Employees Association. Comrade Askar Hussain. Askar, unmute.
Good evening, comrades. We have received 2 messages. One from a member of parliaments from Tamil Nadu, S. Venkatesan and P.R. Natarajan. I read out the message. I heard that general insurance employees and officers under the banner of JFTU are going on strike tomorrow, pressing immediate settlement of wage revision. We have already written to Finance Minister regarding this, and we will raise the issue personally too, wishing the strike a grand success and request all the constituents to remain united and struggle in progress. Without struggle, it is difficult to bring this government to discussions. Continue your struggle, victory is yours. S. Venkatesan, P.R. Natarajan. And the next message is from Shrikant Mishra, General Secretary, All India Insurance Employees Association. We are extremely happy to learn that the JFTU in general insurance has decided to go ahead with the 1-day strike action on 28 January. We are happier still that a webinar is being organized this evening to popularize the demands of the strike and the need for an urgent industrial action. The ruling class in India has been utilizing the pandemic as a ruse to deny the legitimate rights of the working people. At the same time, the pandemic is being used as an opportunity to dole out huge concessions to the rich and super rich. The emergency situation of the pandemic is unfortunately being used as an instrument of class exploitation of the employees and workers. The stubborn denial of decent wage revision to public sector general insurance employees, which they so eminently deserve, is a part of this nefarious ploy. It is good that a large majority of our comrades have seen through the sinister design and have decided to resist. United movement of the employees and officers in public sector general insurance industry will surely force the management, government combined to come to their senses and consider good wage revision. We convey our greetings to you all for this exemplary show of unity and wish all the very best for the webinar and the upcoming strike action. Together, we shall ensure that the ultimate victory is ours. Shrikant Mishra. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, Comrade Askar Hussain. We also take this opportunity to thank Comrade P.R. Nadarajan, MP from Coimbatore, and Comrade S. Venkadesan, MP from Madurai. Both of them are always with us, and we used to write letters, represent our issues in the parliament. And we also thank Comrade Shrikant Mishra, AIA General Secretary of AIA, for his excellent message, which is really motivating us for the further struggles. I now invite Comrade Pawan Kumar. Comrade Pawan Kumar is the Senior Branch Manager in National Guntur. He is also very active in the social media. When we are struggling, Comrade Pawan Kumar is also in the struggle, and he is also actively helping us in the social media. So I now invite Comrade Pawan Kumar to speak.
Good evening, comrade. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You can go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, each and everyone, and good evening for giving me this opportunity. So I would like to start my message with a famous quotation: "United we stand, divided we fall." So I request everyone present here and watching the Zoom meeting also, please remember that if you are not united, we'll definitely fall. Just like any team sport, like cricket or any team sport, it's all the members who are participating in this strike, or all the members who are participating in the game, should coordinate with each other and support, so that ultimately there will be winning of that game. Suppose if no one, if some of the participants are not supporting, then it is the entire team which is losing, not the any particular section of people. So I request, by accepting and respecting the sentiments of all the members and association, I request once again humbly to make this strike a very good success. And just like before any game or any program, we do some planning. This webinar is like the planning before our strike, which is going to be held tomorrow. So I request Anand sir and other JFTU leaders and everyone present who is watching this video to come up proactively, organize more such programs, so that everyone can participate and give their views. I humbly submit that many sections of people feel that they are ignored. So I request all the people, especially the leaders who can organize such programs very well, to give directions to their local committees also to organize meeting, which can motivate people and which can pull more people to the strike, which will give us more strength. Also, I request all the leaders present here, as March is approaching, we may plan a perfect strategy for the next 2 months, not waiting for any response from management or government. We should declare our program for next 2 months, so that we can motivate our people, we can put our anguish before management and government, so that our legitimate rights are protected and our wage revision is done. So I also request many people from social media, especially there are two groups which we are famously and actively participating. One is PSGICs against privatization, and I also represent We Insurers. So from social media team, we are also participating. We request all the leaders to give inputs, so that we can make more publicity in social media. Along with that social media, we shall utilize mass media, and we shall get into public so that all our legitimate demands are taken to them. So that there will be some pressure on management as well as government. So I request once again each and everyone so to come forward, put all your hands together so that we can win our legitimate right, wage revision, and other things like repealing of Jibna bill and pension, family pension, 30% to all. So similarly, I thank once again Anand sir and all the leaders who are present here for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Pawan. Comrade Bajpai is here, the General Secretary of NFG, National Federation of General Insurance Employees Association. I now invite Comrade Bajpai to speak.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you are audible, Comrade. You can go ahead.
Okay. Now, since opening of this webinar, I am very much available here, sir. Okay. So now given me opportunity, I extend my thanks for this wonderful webinar, sir. And why we are going on strike? Because so many our senior or junior our colleagues, they have some doubt. So today I have given viral one message. It was viral in all the what we call WhatsApp group. But again, 54 months completed, and there is no invitation from either GIPSA or Government of India. They have invited us in the month of April 2019, and that meeting only they presented their side that they have invited some suggestion from the union, but afterward there is no invitation. In that meeting, GIPSA chairman, Mr. Girja Kumar, he told that now, because that time Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, this assembly election was there. So he told that, okay, I will call to after completion of the election. But till today, there is no invitation. And either under the banner of Joint Action Committee or separately, we met number of times DFS officials along with minister, and we have submitted our memorandum. And we requested also to complete our wage revision, because there is general practice to complete the wage revision after as soon as LIC wage revision completed. And LIC wage revision last time completed in the month of April 2021. In 2 days, they have completed. But afterward, there is no invitation. And our registration program is continued since October 2019 onwards, because that time some heavy corona was there, and then we started our program. And program successfully we are doing all types of trade union action program, 1 hour strike, 2 hour strike, 1 day strike, dharna, women chain, all we have done it. But there is no invitation. See, insurance being a public essential, coming under essential sector, and our operation is continue even though any type of pandemic is coming. Like COVID-19 pandemic we have faced, but our offices were running. We were depositing premium, we are settling the claim, we were issuing the document in time to the public. And our GIPSA management, due to employee support, they have issued Corona Kavach policy also. And this also, so many claims we have received, but our employees, they never care about their personal life, but they have given importance to public life. Even though during this Corona time, we lost more than 250 of our employees. That too, maybe some young employees we have lost. So now the time has come where we have to show our unity. But during this pandemic also, during this crisis also, our operation not stopped, even not held up. And we are continue. That is why, and see, now Corona is there. But even though we are not deferring our strike, because we want to show our unity to the Government of India. See, Government of India never bother the bigger industry like public sector general insurance company, where 50,000 employees are working. They settle bank, they wage revision, they settle LIC, they settle SEBI, they settle what we call small like RBI, another small industry. But they never bother about the general insurance sector. So many information now floating in WhatsApp group that due to poor financial strength of the three public sector general insurance company, government is not settling. But now our question is that before 1st August 2017, we have provided sufficient dividend to the government of India, sufficient fund to the government of India. That time they never bother. But when at the time of our what we call wage revision, the new concept developed. This is the solvency margin, that the three company not having the solvency. Friends, now New India solvency also coming below two times, slowly, because more premium, more claim maybe we have to pay. Like Corona time, New India Assurance Company also paid more than 5,000 worth rupees claim. So now, because government showing partial attitude, one side GIC sector, when any help they want, they are inviting our chairman or our managing director to extend their support. We are extending, but when our time is coming for our legitimate right, like wage revision, friends, today we are only focusing about the wage revision, nothing more. Because the young generation, they have joined this organization maybe 2012 or 2014. Earlier, they were in some other organization. They have resigned and they have joined this insurance sector. And they are not getting proper wage revision, proper importance. Because this industry now, slowly going to the hand of young generation. What message we are giving? Because seniors are now retiring. Maybe 2024, from this GIC general insurance sector, 60% employees going to retire. Now young generation, they are now taking this industry, look forward. But now initial stage itself, they are not getting the wage revision. So it is a difficult that all the employees, they should be honored, they should be given the wage revision. Friends, in the budget, Nirmala Sitharaman last year mentioned, and that some privatization or merger. Here, merger or privatization is not issued, not there. They have provided financial support. This financial support never asked by any of the CMD or GIFSA management. They have provided 12,500 crore their own. But when it is coming for the employees' welfare, now we heard that some file is lying pending on the minister table for they recommended 8,000 crore. But now another file for pension. Okay, pension today or tomorrow they will do. But what about wage revision? That they will give the 8,000 crore. And for when 12,500 crore, they never bother about the budget, but 8,000 crore, they are bothering of the budget. So now our intention is that all employees, whether it is a retired employee or it is a middle employee or it is a very junior employee, all should be honored with the wage revision, because they are working this industry day and night. They are providing human service. They are providing active and courageous service to the public. And if they are not honored, they are not respected, what message we are giving? Pension we are enjoying because the government has given the deadline for the pension. Those who joined before 1st April 2010, they are eligible for the pension. That young generation, they will complete 30 or 35 years service. They should be honored with the pension. That pension is our employees' legitimate right. When one member of parliament completing one session, one tenure, 5 years, they are eligible all types of benefits. Then why not insurance employee? Why not banking sector employee? Today, when bank going on strike, government has taken back their banking bill. So in our insurance sector, we should be united. We should fight for our legitimate right. Simply, tomorrow we have strike. My humble request to all the leaders, all the officers, in charges, that no office should be open tomorrow. All offices should be closed. And we should give the message to our CMD, and through CMD message should go to DFS that all the offices are closed. So friends, now, because now next month now GIFSA chairman is retiring. For new chairman coming, it will take time, and he will take his own course of action, time. So whenever we will get the wage revision, for to impact for our wage in the budget, and there is a lot of pressure for the new recruiting and employees that we should continue to go on the strike. So we hope that there should be some impact on the budget for our legitimate demand, that is the wage division. We should get wage division. And now I request all the employees, irrespective of the cadre, tomorrow they should join hand to strike. And because Joint Action Committee always conducting some meeting, and in meeting they will take the consensus decision. And for strike there is a consensus decision, and out of 16, 14 union has given the consensus decision to do strike on 28th because of our legitimate demand, that is a wage division, first wage division. Friends, now if we are not united, tomorrow this industry is going to collapse. We have to protect this industry. But today only we are talking about the wage division. Other part, tomorrow in our meeting will definitely express our opinion, friends. Now, I say thanks to organizer for doing this good webinar and attending by all the trade union. My request to you, from North Belt and West Belt also, some leaders should participate. Because simply I have seen the observer from only South, all the leaders now participating. But from North and West, leaders should participate because the message should go to entire country, particularly West. I think that we may not get 100% support because one of the major union, they are not participating, they have given call. So my only humble request to all of you to tomorrow participate this strike with the force and giving me opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Comrade Bajpai. We have only one speaker now. Comrade Sanjay has opted out because of the paucity of time. We requested him. So, Comrade Gurumurthy, the Vice President of All India Insurance Pension Association, is with us, who has a very rich experience in discussing with the managements on various wage revisions. I now request Comrade Gurumurthy to speak in this webinar.
Thank you, Comrade Anand. I'll be very brief. I am conscious about the time. And including me, I think 16 people have spoken in this webinar. Every speaker has spoken the truth and the need for going or escalating this struggle in general insurance. I say greetings to all of you. I say this strike of 28th January 2022 is employee-driven strike. There have been some vaccinations about going on strike in the COVID situation. It was very well explained by Comrade Girish Kurana, the convener of JFTU. Because COVID is not going to go. COVID, then what you call it, Omicron, then Delta was there, Omicron, and in so many mutations, it is going to be there for another 6 months. We cannot afford to take a rest because the management and the government has been so indifferent toward the problems of public sector, general insurance, employees and officers. This strike of tomorrow, 28th January 2022, it has two purposes. That's what I have been talking to our senior comrades in the unions, including Comrade Uday Banerjee. And I have been telling them there are two purposes. One is you will have to break the deafening silence of the government and the management. Still, they have deaf ears. Second, on 1st of February, just for 3 days hence or 4 days hence, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman is going to present the budget in Parliament. So, through this strike on 28th January, you are going to send a warning signal to this government that if they attempt to dismember the public sector general insurance, there will be a far-reaching reaction from the employees. If through the process of budget presentation, if they still try to deny the long-pending wage revision of employees and officers, we are not going to keep quiet. That signal you are going to send tomorrow, 28th January, to the one-day strike. My greetings and congratulations to all of you. On behalf of All India Insurance Pensioners Association, representing 40,000 members, 25,000 from LIC, and 15,000 pensioners from general insurance, I greet you and I say, we will give you total support to your strike. And mind you, just comment, Oscar Hussain read out 2 messages, mainly from 2 MPs, one from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Another again is from Madurai, Tamil Nadu, Comrade Su Venkatesan and Comrade P.R. Natarajan. They are very keenly observing your actions. They are not just writing letters. They are asking you to escalate your action so that they can go and escalate into parliament when the discussion takes place, when they meet the finance minister of this country. Unless they are backed by a struggle, any amount of meeting MPs is not going to get. And I am very happy that at least 2 MPs on day to day, they are observing your strike action struggle. And this strike has to create a momentum on the part of the government and the management. Somebody in the chat box was mentioning, are we only talking about wage revision? Are you not talking about the taking care of the industry? Yes, it will come. Today, meeting MPs on wage revision may not be helpful unless we agitate, but meeting MPs and political leaders on a bigger issue of legislative issue on selling of company, privatization, disinvestment, that has to be carried on. That is protection of this industry. Comrade Shahid, you mentioned in the chat box. We will do that. But mind you, the government is still making our management weak and doubtful about that position. Do you know the one CMD, the chairman of GIPSA, is retiring just a month away in February 2022. Mr. Atul Sagai is retiring. Now he is frustrated. We understand. He feels that he is not respected by this government, though big man in general insurance industry. But do you know the position of 3 CMDs? Mr. Tripathi, Mr. Anjan Dey, Madam Suchita Gupta. All these 3 CMDs position has been kept doubtful. That will be decided by a High Court case coming up on 3rd February. Keeping the management position uncertain is also killing your industry, understand. We need to highlight. I want to protect my industry. That has to be taken up simultaneously. Comrade Uday Banerjee was, my colleague was talking, senior colleague. Both of us have 50 years, 5 decades of trade union life insurance, general insurance. He was talking about the government, even after agreeing to increase my family pension to 30%, it is not being signed now for the past 1 month. It is still kept pending in the ministry. A smaller issue of pension for TAC, so small, 24 employees of Tariff Advisory Committee, that is also kept pending. And this is the attitude. I want the employees, in-service employees, I want your strike to succeed. You will have to win on your wage demand. If you don't win, I am telling my pensioner colleagues, if the in-service employees do not win on the wage revision, then attack will come on your pension and medical benefits. That is why I am asking all pensioners across the country, whatever be the situation, COVID will be there. You take protocol, you maintain the protocol, you take care, you take all precaution measures, but yet it cannot be an excuse. Go out, support the strike of employees and officers. Some are not coming. That's not correct. When everybody is bound by the majority decision in a JFTU, just because 1 or 2 differs, they should not go out. I was telling the senior people today, I spoke to 2 important senior leaders of 2 organizations, very important organizations. I told them, you will have to reconsider. Please don't. Today you say Corona. On Tuesday, if something bad comes in the budget, they say we are ready to fight. How that Corona will go on Tuesday? So it is contradictory, no doubt. If you have any reservation, let it be there. We will discuss, we will sort out. But please reconsider decision and join a unanimous call or the majority call of JFT. Wonderfully, Mr. Girish Purana is handling. I only salute his patience. And every one of you has spoken very well. Then I told the two senior leaders, if you are not joining, at least please don't send a letter to management that you are not on strike. For joining strike only, you need to give a notice. Not participate in the strike, you need not give a notice. You don't tell this management, I'm not going, I'm not going. That will be doing injustice to the youngsters. Pavan Kumar, we insurer, you are right. You and your people, young people, you have driven all the unions to reconsider the strike action of 28th. Very short notice. And it is going to be successful. I'm very sure Manaskanti Chatka, Nikova, I'm very sure in Eastern India, West Bengal, Orissa, Bihar, Assam, Northeast, no office will be closed. Come at PS Bajpai, Pramod Bajpai, you will ensure in Andhra Pradesh, you will ensure that no office is open. In Kerala, Anu Jacob will take the lead and do that. And everywhere in Chennai also they are planning. Let us try. I am very sure those of the members of the unions which they have some reservation today, they will also abstain from work tomorrow to be on solidarity. And most of them, they are also participating. Very, very happy trend. And this pressure from the rank and file should be there on the unions. From trade union, from the Pensioners Association, Gurumurthy, from AIPA, Comrade Uday Banerjee, very senior comrade from Mumbai. He said there are some issues in Mumbai. Not now, earlier too. I don't know. That is there. But yet, Uday Banerjee will certainly play a very proactive role to ensure that in Western India also, the agitation takes part. And be prepared. Wage revision you should get. You will get. And you will escalate. If they don't come out, we'll escalate. Money is not a problem. Without money is not a problem for you to settle the claim for the past 2-3 years. Never the government management said, I don't have money, I will not settle the claim. Money has never been the problem. Somewhere some adjustment here and there may be required. But yet we need capital infusion, not for wage revision. That a part of it will go for wage revision. We need capital infusion to take care of the solvency, to do serious business in the market. Very careful. We are very careful. And all CMDs are accepting. Now, my CMD, your CMD, all the CMDs are now frustrated because their position is not safe till 3rd February, till a court case comes up in Delhi on 3rd February 2022. 6 whole-time directors have been removed unceremoniously a month back, 2 months back. These are all the design, pre-planned design of the central government. Ministry understand. If we understand, we will escalate our struggle. Tomorrow is also a part of escalation. And again in February, industry protection, along with others, LIC, GIC, everywhere, we will have to take care of. Join that strike also on 23rd and 24th February. Murugan, you have done well. Magendran, every one of you spoke very beautifully. Jayamurthy, always supportive. And I am very happy. And all of you have joined at a late hour and have more than 350 people joining in a webinar with a day's notice. That itself shows the enthusiasm of the employees and displays the anger of employees, towards the attitude of the management of the government. And we shall make this strike on 28th January a thumping success onward to a future escalator struggle to defend our industry, to win our demand. Thank you so much for the patient hearing. Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, Comrade Gurumurthy, for your very impressive speech. Comrades, we are about to wind the webinar now. Comrade Subbarao will give the formal vote of thanks. And before Comrade Subbarao give the vote of thanks, I want to thank on behalf of the JFTU South Zone, all the leaders who have participated in this webinar and all the comrades who have participated in this webinar. This is just a beginning. It is not an end. We are going to, in the future, we are going to go ahead with a lot of struggles to protect these public sector general insurance companies. And we'll be meeting like this, and we'll be meeting in personal also, so that the entire general insurance industry as a whole, 50,000 employees, stand together and fight the government policies to protect these public sector general insurance companies. So thank you very much. This program will be available in the Voice for Public Sector YouTube channel that we have started in South Zone to propagate the messages of the public sector companies, and as well as the services that are being offered by the public sector companies. So you can watch in that Voice for Public Sector the future, the any recordings of these speeches. If you want to see, you can see in that also. And I also appeal to all the leaders who have come here to talk to their members, to talk to their employees, to the employees and officers, to participate in, to again send messages to participate in tomorrow's strike. And suppose if the organizations which are not participating in the strike, I appeal to them also to avail leave at least, so that the strike may be 100% throughout the country. So thank you very much to all the comrades and all leaders. And I formally request Comrade Subbarao to deliver the formal vote of thanks. Subbarao is the General Secretary of Hyderabad Region General Insurance Employees Association.
Thank you, Comrade Anand. Whether I am audible, Comrade?
Audible, you're audible.
Audible. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Comrade. Excellent webinar organized for today. And history, initially Comrade Anand told, today history made in JFTU in South Zone. For that matter, this is not not restricted only for South Zone. I think participants and leadership from all over India participated, make it as a all India level seminar, and it was a grand success. I can see the spirit through these speakers that they gave a clear clarion call that tomorrow's this one day strike should be 100% success in entire India. So on behalf of JFTU South Zone, I thank all the speakers, starting from JFTU convener Girish Kurana to our last speaker, senior comrade J. Gurumurthy, who beautifully summarized the entire deliberations in a beautiful manner. And I again thank Comrade Natarajan and Venkateshan MPs who are supporting our cause throughout our journey. And I thank Comrade Srikanth Misra for giving an excellent message. I observed that almost in this webinar, more than 350 participants participated in this webinar. It is a great success. And through our Voice for Public Sector also, I think it crossed more than 1,000. It is very clear that tomorrow our strike will be a grand success. And in future also, comments about that question hour should also be introduced, as already clarification. Definitely conduct that question hour also. So once again, I thank on behalf of JFTU for participating and hearing for more than almost 3 hours, patiently hearing. I thank one and all participants and speakers who are all gave excellent message to this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Subbarao. We are about to close this meeting. I request comrades to arrange demonstrations in front of regional office and head office tomorrow. Tomorrow in front of front and head office, there will be a big demonstration. And a lot of media people are calling us since evening about the timing and how many people are participating in tomorrow's demonstration. So I request Chennai comrades to mobilize good number of people for tomorrow's demonstration at front and head office. Thank you, comrades. Thank you. We now declare that the meeting is formally closed. Thank you, comrade.
Thank you.
Thank you, comrades. Thank you.
Thank you, comrades. Thank you.
Thank you, comrades. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to all, sir. Thanks to all.
Thank you. Thank you, comrade.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, Ganesh.
Well organized program, Anand.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
It's all
thank you.
with support only.
No, it's a good show.
Yeah. More than 1,000 people have seen it.
It's super.
Hello.